यस्मिनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ओम निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। सूत महामुने शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादि ऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादि भक्तजनेभ्यो नमः। शुकब्रह्मर्षे वेदव्यास गुरवे श्रीनारद महर्षे सनकादि मुनिभ्यो ब्रह्मणे परब्रह्मणे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिहेत्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच समस्त भागवत शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं श्रीकृष्णानुग्रह समस्त देवतानां ऋषीणाम् अनुग्रहद्वारेण अस्मिन् जन्मे श्री परमात्मानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनस्य वैदिक संस्कृते विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं च वयं सर्वे करवामहे। 18th chapter in this 11th skandha, chant from verse number 31. Om no dvijet janat dhirah janam no dvejayenatu ativadan stitiksheta navamanyeta kanchana dehamuddishya pashuvata vairam kuryanna kenachita eka eva paro hi atma bhuteshvatmanyavasthitah यथेन्दुरुदपात्रेषु भूतान्येकात्मकानि च अलब्ध्वा न विषीदेत काले काले असनं क्वचित् लब्ध्वा न हृष्येत धृतिमान् उभयं दैवयन्त्रितम् आहारार्थं समीहेत युक्तं तत्प्राणधारणं तत्त्वं विमृश्यते तेन तद्विज्ञाय विमुच्यते। यदृच्छयोपपन्नान्नम् अद्यात् श्रेष्ठमुता परं तथा वासस्तथा शय्यां प्राप्तं प्राप्तं भजेन्मुनिः शौचमाचमनं स्नानं न तु चोदनयाचरेत् अन्यांश्च नियमान् ज्ञानी यथाहं लीलयेश्वरः न हि तस्य विकल्पाख्या या च मद्वीक्षया हता आदेहान्तात् क्वचित् ख्यातिः ततः सम्पद्यते मया दुःखोदर्केषु कामेषु जातनिर्वेद आत्मवान् अजिज्ञासितमद्धर्मः गुरुं मुनिम् उपाव्रजेत् तावत् परिचरेत् भक्तः श्रद्धावान् अनसूयकः यावत् ब्रह्म विजानीयात् मामेव गुरुमाद्रुतः यस्त्वसंयत षड्वर्गः प्रचण्डेन्द्रियसारथिः ज्ञानवैराग्यरहितः त्रिदण्डम् उपजीवति सुरान् आत्मानमात्मस्थं निहनुते मां च धर्मः अविपक्वकषायोऽस्मात् अमुष्मात् च विहीयते भिक्षोर्धर्मः शमो हिंसा तप ईक्षावनौकसः गृहिणो भूतरक्षेज्या द्विजस्याचार्यसेवनं ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचं सन्तोषो भूतसौहृदं गृहस्थस्यापि ऋतौ गन्तुः सर्वेषां मत् उपासनम् इति मां यः स्वधर्मेण भजन्नित्यम् अनन्यभाग सर्वभूतेषु मद्भावः मद्भक्तिं विन्दते दृढाम् भक्त्योद्धवानपायिन्य सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सर्वोत्पत्त्यप्ययं ब्रह्म कारणं मोपयाति सः इति स्वधर्मनिर्णिक्त सत्त्वो निर्ज्ञातमद्गतिः ज्ञानविज्ञानसम्पन्नः न चिरात् समुपैति माम वर्णाश्रमवतां धर्मः एष आचारलक्षणः स एव मद्भक्तियुतः निःश्रेयसकरः परः एतत्ते अभिहितं साधो भवान् पृच्छति यच्च माम यथा स्वधर्मसंयुक्तः भक्तो मां समीयात् परम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, श्रीभागवत शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीसोत शरणं मम, श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम, श्रीव्यास शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीकुमार शरणं मम, श्रीब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम, श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अन्यथः अतप्पिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चदगर्हिचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Wholeheartedly in our own heart, let us remember, salute Paramatma in his expressions in the various avatars and our Ishtadevata, and also Guru Tattva in his expressions of various Rishi Muni Guru and our own Guru. Then one thing we have to always remember, whether we are living the outer life of involvements, whether we are living the life of our dharma, performing duties, whether we are living little evolved life of punya upasana, whether we are living the life of even study of shastras, etc., let us not get carried away by them. What is the meaning of carrying away by them? Is let us not forget the main goal. If we forget the main goal, then all these things which are not goals but the means, they are taken by as the goal, by us as the goals. And we go and get stuck up there and we imagine we are doing this, why still we are not getting liberated, or when we are not getting that continuous happiness. Then what? All these things when we do, even this satsanga, someone is speaking, we are listening, the meaning of not getting carried away is not going out of the sight of our main goal. Our main goal is only one, mukti. And the only way by which the mukti comes is hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. That swarupa of one Paramatma alone has taken three anyatha rupas, which are imaginary, on which we have the value of reality. One we call him as Sam Bhagavan, two we call him as that Jagat, three we call him as our own self, the Jiva. So that Anyatha Rupa, all these three having dropped them, the real Swarupa, when we are established in, then we get that Mukti, and that is our goal. Let this thought become stronger day by day and gear up all our activities, sadhanas, studies, manana, chintana towards that. Else what will happen? When the goal is, that main goal is forgotten, many other things we do, we get so many other wonderful, beautiful things. They may be siddhis, they may be even going to the loka of the Ishtadevata, They may be in this very world also will be so sukhi bhoga yukta. We may be going into different higher realms. But remember, Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha Punaravartina Arjuna Mamupetyetu Kaunteyam Punarjanma Na Vidyate. Only by experiencing the self, there is no coming back to the level of limitations. Other things, again, we are thrown back. So, then who is the one who will achieve it? The one who slowly, steadily growing, maturing. What is the growth and maturity? The ability to discover the essencelessness in everything of the world and slowly getting convinced about that permanent truth only. He technically in the Shastra is called as sannyasi or yati. In what way, if he lives at the gross and subtler level, he, without forgetting his main goal, keeps on reaching towards that. All those do's and don'ts are called as his dharmas. He is supposed to do them to achieve his goal of liberation. They are the ones Bhagavan Krishna here in this 18th chapter, in the last portion, he is exhaustively explaining to us. The points are exhaustive, the details may not be. We have to work out on those details with the knowledge which we heard in earlier skandhas as well as in different texts. So Bhagavan here mainly is giving us the subheadings. Understanding them, then understanding the process to achieve them, and traveling in that process or technique is our job. But each of the sadhana is so beautiful. It does two things. One is what? Each of the sadhana takes us towards the ultimate goal. While taking us towards that, each of the sadhana is sorting out some or the other issue or the problem which has raked up because of not doing that sadhana. So the immediate external, internal, worldly and psychological problems also these sadhana sort out. Same time, it is that sadhana is making us one step go ahead toward our main ultimate goal, which we should never forget. So you may be with me for next 3 more years, listening classes every day. So 5 years we'll have our classes every day, morning, evening. So 5 years means almost 1750 days into 6 classes. Maybe 6,000 classes we may do. But all said and done, only if you have remembered the main goal, intensified that to be the goal, and started walking towards that in the path indicated, understood, and achieved to some extent, that all our this study or being together is fulfilled. So this is how the sannyasa lakshanas, yati dharma or jignasu dharma or sadhaka dharma, or the one want to get out of all bondage, get into infinite bliss. These are his lakshanas and dharmas, and they have to be repeatedly studied and by hearted or known intellectually. To such an extent, every moment we are aware of those practices to be done, and we are observing the world what it is doing. Is it allowing us to do them, or is it making us troubled? Is it troubling us? So, how to avoid those troubles, how to negotiate the situation, and practice by convictions of sadhana for ultimate goal. This is our goal. Okay, now 31st sloka, entire day we have spent yesterday. No dvijeta janat dhiraha. If you are dhira, intelligent in these two things, that Paramatma alone is truth, real, and you are dhira in the second thing, that other than him everything is unreal, mithya, then how can any other person is there other than me? How can that person, some words or actions are there? How come those words, action can harm me? If at all they all happen, they are all in the imaginary world only. So how can I get disturbed by them? I cannot. Therefore, na udvejeta janat dhiraha. It should be taken, everything should be taken as swapnavat. When we wake up from swapna, we don't become udvega with the people who troubled or cheated us in the swapna. Because, first of all, I myself was unreal. Second, those people are unreal. Third, their doing anything is not at all real. You can't go call your friend and say, I tell you, you are such a useless fellow, troubled me so much. I called Greg yesterday evening. What yesterday evening? I'm in America. Where America? You troubled me so much. Where? In my dream. Do you do that? Call your friend and say, okay, you troubled me yesterday in the dream. You know, you understand? In the same way, this word should be taken like that. This is the only way to reduce the unnecessary value given and the consequent miseries experienced so far. That is called mudhata. What is mudhata or murkhata? Giving unnecessary undue value to this world. We told already the world has only three purposes for us. One, to go through prarabdha. Second, to do the duty. Third, use it for sadhana. No other fourth purpose. All fourth thing is only our mind's manipulation where we get bound by it. So, no dvijeta janata dhiraha is a very essential sadhana. It is in your hands. You can't tell the people not to create situations which will tentatively bring udvega to you. So that's the shloka. Vikara heto sati vikriyante yesham na chetamsi te eva dhiraha. See, the word dhira is defined like that there. When situations around are tempting to create vikara in the mind of kama krodadi, the one still without getting affected by them maintains his balance. He is called a dhira purusha. They are called a dhira purushas. Tempting things are there, not tempted. Frightening things are there, not frightened. Threatening things are there, not threatened. Reacting situations have come, yet not reacted. That is called dhiratva. So, na dhiraha, na udvijet janat dhiraha. Second, janam na udvijetu. How can there be a janam in this world if we spiritually are convinced, at least intellectually, that there is nobody other than self, there is nobody other than God? See, the knowledge that there is nobody other than God is experienced when it is practiced. The practice that there is nobody other than God is called as not creating udvega in the people with our own ego. When I have ego, other person is other than me. When I am selfish, I am tending to cheat him or trouble him. Then that creates udvega in him. How can we do udvega to Guru, to the God, to the parents, to the elders? Do we do? No? Same way the entire world is permeated by the Lord only. That is the theory that practically we have to do it and experience. What is the practice? Janam na udvidayet, janam cha udvayajayet natu. Let us that way, with the delicacy, sensibility, sensitivity, live in this world, but for anything, we should not make the people become udvega yukta. Anybody they are. Don't spare anyone. Don't means what? Don't give an excuse. I'll not create udvega to all, but these people have troubled me. These people, so unko to मैं जरूर बदला लूंगा. No, that is main test for you. These small little ego-related relativities of taking revenges, reacting, or saying that I will not talk to them, I will not invite them, I will not go to them. These are all the ones which bind us in samsara permanently. Except in some exceptional extreme cases, we have to rise above all of them. For the extreme case, if somebody is truly hating you, then inviting him will be a trouble to you and him, then don't invite. That's okay. But the other person is good, he has understood, but you have a pain in your heart because something wrong. Not inviting him, that is not right. That is where the real test. You should call that person first, in fact, in that way. किसी को उद्वेग मत क्रिएट कर. हाँ, you are on right yes path, you are doing correct. That person did not like, he has his own ignorances. Therefore, he himself became udvega yukta. You are not cause for that. That is not in your hands. You can relax. Consciously with your own selfishness and ego, don't make udvega in others. That directly touches the Lord. Because in every form, the Lord alone is there. Clear? Third one is, most important we saw exhaustively, ativadam stitiksheta. So, the ativada from the people, ati karma from the people. Ati means limit ko par karke. The limit dharma atitya. Yadi kaschirapi kimchitepi vadati chet titiksheta eva. Now that famous quotation, so many saints के life में example देते हैं कि when after some distance crossed, uncontrollably that disciple asked the Guru, "Hey Guru, we went for bhiksha in that house. Instead of giving us bhiksha, They have scolded so much left and right. You didn't say anything. From that time onwards, I'm feeling so bad. Please give me permission. I will go back and blast them and come. Guru said, okay, whatever they scolded, if you have taken it, you give back. I have not taken. So I will not need to return anything. You see, such a subtle thing. If I have received it, I will reciprocate. No, I did not receive. तो आई नीड नॉट रिएक्ट और रेसिप्रोकेट और डू समथिंग. तुमको अगर लिया है तुम जाके दे दो. दैट इज कॉल्ड अतिवादान तितिक्षेता. We need not receive anything, everything's foolishly spoken by anybody and suffer inside us. That is ativada. That's what Gurudev's language, what is anger? Anger is to take the revenge of the mistakes of others on ourselves. What a sublime manner he has put it, you see. What is becoming angry? You are suffering. Why? Others' mistakes you are taking on yourself, the result of it. That's called anger. When you are angry, your BP rises, you can't taste the food, you can't sleep, your mind is disturbed, distressed. This all you are suffering yourself. For what? Mistakes done by others. तुम्हारे मिस्टेक को तुम सफर करो, उसमें कोई कॉमन सेंस है. Others' mistakes, how can you suffer? You should not, but we suffer. That's what called anger, he defines. Instead of becoming angry, what he said here is titiksheta. In this world, everybody is trying to be perfect, and in Vyavahara, as we said 7 days back, perfection is only a process, it is endless. While performing so, they may lot of time digress the path of dharma. That may be on the instant movement, that may be under the influence of some inner, impulse. Maybe somebody misguided them. Therefore, they do ativada to us. Ativada means crossing limit in doing anything. It can be ativadanam, it can be atikarma, जो नहीं करना करना, जो नहीं बोलना बोलना, whatever it may be ativada, which is not deserved by you, that type of harsh word or punishment or insult, anything. Digressing us, trespassing, whatever it is, titiksheta. Because, as we said yesterday exhaustively, that is a test for us. The moment you give value to it, it becomes real. Once it becomes real, it troubles you, gives that dukkha instantaneously, and then it takes us away from our main path of reaching to that self which is beyond all this world. That's our goal. Never forget it. We have to transcend all this gross, subtle, causal, establishing that infinite. Let it take 1,000 lives, we don't mind. But then we will not forget that main goal. Every step here of non-reaction, of titiksha, is a step towards that only. That's how we have to calculatively put our steps. And every step counts. That step, whether we are going towards it, or going left or right, or wrong direction, or back, or stagnant, कितने possibilities होते हैं उसमें? All are wrong. Going towards that only is right. That for that only is saying this sadhana of titiksheta, ativada. Titiksheta. Somebody will put a wrong case on you. Somebody, they themselves cheat and then they throw that blame on you. You do legally whatever is possible. But inside, you don't suffer it. That is what. All the time, spirituality means focus is on our own inner personality. He blamed me, troubled me, and these are the legal sources are there to get the help. So I apply. जो हुआ देखेंगे, सक्सेस भी हो सकते हैं, नहीं भी. But in the meantime, inside you have titiksha. The titiksha is not done. You have given value to the situation. You have given to your own individuality a value. You have valued that person also. That's how we are in samsara. Samsara means valuing the worldly happenings. Sadhana is devaluing the worldly happenings. Siddhi is knowing that which is reality. Adivadan titiksheta. And we are in the world with so many people of so many egos and so many variety of individualities. Everyone will do the ativada. Everybody, the sabji wala will do, the shop wala will do, the paper wala do, the bus car wala will do. Everybody will do. The ativada include their cheating us also. You be say careful, don't get cheated. Be conscious. That maturity you have to have, otherwise you have to pay price. बस 300 रुपए का चीज उसने 800 में भेजा बेचा है मुझे. It is your बेवकूफी. You have not inquired. You can't blame others for our मूर्खता. In Vyavahara, you can't justify Murkata and still feel that I should not be disturbed or troubled or cheated. No chance. No, कोई भगवान मानेगा नहीं. दिमाग यूज कर फिर अगली बार तो केयरफुल रहो फिर. Ativadant diksheta. When others do ativada, humiliation or cheating or troubling or blaming or scolding or abusing, all of that is ativada. Titiksha. What is titiksha? Sahanam saradukkanam apratikaraपूर्वकम चिंतारहितम विलापरहितम सा तितिक्षा निगद्यते. विवेक चूड़ामणि. हो गया. Now second one is न अवमन्येत करहिचितो. You yourself either to take the revenge of others ativada or for your own selfishness, don't do avamana to anyone for any reason at any time. Again, same thing. That Jiva is growing and in him illuminating that Jiva is same Bhagwan about whom I have to increase my conscious awareness. My goal is to see Bhagwan in and out everywhere. Value him. He will reveal when you respect him. Respecting him is respecting the Jiva in which he is there. But somebody is very bad. You none of your business. I am a judge. Then according to the law books, you give punishment. Whatever. You give judgment. You are not giving punishment. If you are not so, just move away from there if you are a sadhaka. The moment you take it up to take improvements of the society and all, you are a samsari. Avamanyeta karechit. In that avamana, don't try to educate others also unless they come and ask you. All of us elders, so-called elders and wise people, suffer so much of insult because we try to educate the youngsters when they are not interested. They don't care Bhagwan, they don't care gurus and all. How will they care you and I? Nahi karenge. I have realized this. Nobody wants wisdom, nobody wants to improve, nobody wants to get guidance. They just want to live their own foolishness as wisdom, their own laziness, their own whims and fancies of the mind. A person of 80 years you can't change, 60 years you can't change, 40 you can't change, 20 you can't change, 10 years you can't change, 5 years you need not change. Throughout life, कोशिश कर करके आप समझ में आ गया, there's only one person who can be changed, it is myself. What is the only change I have to do? Don't try to change others. Because change is the only changeless lie in this world about the world. Dropping that effort, just reach to the changeless. Morning class. Chitta spandita me vedam. Rujvakrādika bhāsam alāta spanditam yatha grahana grahaka bhāsam vijnāna spanditam tadha alāte spandamane vai abhāsa na vidyate then vijnāne spandamane vai abhāsa na vidyate. See that clarity? How important. Navamanyeta karhechit. And this avamana we do outside with the mouth and actions. Before that, we do it in the mind. If you want to avoid the avamana outside, we have to avoid the avamana inside. How do you do the avamana removal inside? Only by giving manam. How do you give manam? By loving. What is the cause and logic for the love? Don't search. Just love for love's sake. Love because you can love. That's it. Love because you can love. You want a reason? Maximum is he is also a fellow being traveling together in this time and space, in this zone at this time. Go travel. Just love. Expression of God, just love. Love should not have any reasoning. It just, love. You can love, you love, that's it. When you love it, the inner avamana for that person gone. Outside you will not do avamana. Navamanyeta karechit. With the more ego we have, even the great people also we try to pull them down, saying some or the other faults in them and to keep insulting. Like today's politics. In what context what is said, it's not relevant. They just become so reacting and arrogant and they do all the agenda, dharnas and all that. So they only look for a small little loophole and all. And even they also should know these people are ready. Don't talk anything controversial. Everything is talking is controversial in politics. Just keep doing. Here the 20 wolves are looking to around for an opportunity. We have to be very sensible. What's happening in Parliament, Rajya Sabha these days? Very conscious. It's all anywhere. Everybody has their own right, their own way of looking at the things, their own comments, and their own opinions, their own individualities. And each one is at one level or the other right in their own way. So you have to be very sensitive. To many problems in today's world, we have to leave the solution to the time. Only some of them we can tackle in our time with our capacities and be relaxed. So it's a big subject we touched upon, but main point is na avamanyeda karechitu. Okay? किसी को अमान नहीं करना, किसी से अमान फील भी नहीं करना, एंड तितिक्षा करो सबका जो भी अतिवाद आपकी तरफ आता है. The prarabdha aspect should never be forgotten. Prarabdha and karma. I told you, it is our prarabdha and karma samskara vasana phala. Second is what? The Lord wants to teach us. Third is what? You are in this world, same time when that person is there. So you will have, even though there is a mutual prarabdha, the effect of it at that moment. Every time it need not be prarabdha. You are there and then the effect of that happened on you. Need not be prarabdha. Every accident is not prarabdha. It is an accident. You were traveling in that bus, but suddenly it had happened to the bus. You happen to be there. It is samashti prarabdha. There may not be vyashti prarabdha always. Because of part of samashti, vyashti also gets. Is it not? व्यष्टि प्रारब्ध समष्टि समष्टि व्यष्टि और ये सब इंटर होता है. The heart failed, वो उसका काम है, but all other organs also are stopping, no working. उसमें क्या कसूर है? But that's how it is. The other things are very healthy, but वो रुक गया तो सब गए रुक. Like that. This is the most important shloka in this. Ativada titiksheta navamanyeta karechito. Okay, and no dvijeta janadiraha, then janam cha udvijayat natu. These are the things which are never allowing our mind to be peaceful, nor allowing us to have a good energy and inspiration to do our sadhanas, even that of puja and japa, very deeply, intensely, joyfully. All the time somebody said something happened to me, everybody troubles me, nobody likes me, they insult me, they never understand me, they never accept me, they don't respect me, they अरे राम 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 यही चलता है. अब 10 मिनट ध्यान में बैठ के देखो, यही चलता रहता है. No, as long as that dirt is there, how can the shastra be listened or understood or practiced? How can we do the higher meditations? There were all these we have to pack and throw away. That is why Bhagavan gives this as a very, very important instruction. To everyone it is, especially those who want to get out of this world into the world of self-experience. The Yati, the sannyasi. Sannyasi should live like this, and whoever lives like this, they'll be matured like a sannyasi, where his mind is free from the world and samsara. Should we not achieve that? Therefore, don't we want to enjoy that peace in our mind, the disturbancelessness, the calmness, the purity, the ability to love others, to forgive others, to receive everything without reacting? They are all very gems of achievements. They are million times greater than this, the what do you call the Padma Shris, Padma Bhushanas, Padma Vibhushanas, Bharat Ratnas, Nobel Prizes. What do you do with the Bharat Ratna? You keep it there, and whenever look at it, you feel little good. Otherwise, you are suffering only at 24 hours. When you are not namaskar kiya nahi, मैं भारत रत्न हूँ, मेरे को नमस्कार नहीं करते हो, that frustration comes. That these inner values are greater than that, inner achievements. Am I Ratna or not? I must know, first of all, not the world recognize. It's called actually the inner Vyaktitva Ratna, Vyaktitva Vikasa Ratna. This is a certificate which your Guru gives you, your God gives you. You give to yourself. Because you know you have changed You are doing the titiksha for all ativada. You are not doing avamana for anyone. Your actions are not creating uddvega to anyone. Nobody's actions are creating uddvega to you. These 1, 2, 3, 4, and next to the 6 points are 6 Maha Sutras. Forget entire Bhagavata. Do this much. At least the outer proper balance of the Vihara, inner proper balance of the peace of mind is achieved. That's beginning. पहले खुश रहो बाहर अंदर, फिर देखेंगे साधना. साधना करो तो ये सब हो जाते हैं, ये सब करो तो साधना होता है. ये करना ही साधना है. In this way we should understand. And the third line is very, very essential. What is that? Deham uddishya pashuvat vairam kuryat na kenachit. Main sentence is kenachit vairam na kuryat. With no one you should have vaira bhava, enmity, adveshta sarvabhutana. Main sentence. And all vaira happens basically in the waking plane. And waking plane starts with aham dehosmi drushti. Therefore, with aham dehosmi drushti, don't do vaira bhava with anyone. That is the meaning. So, throughout your day, throughout your life, you cannot have anybody as enemy. Daytime you don't have enemy, therefore in dream you will not have anybody as enemy, because dreams mostly are the projection of what we do in the waking plane. If at all we do the Vaira Bhava, it is with the Deha Tadatmya. If at all we are having the Vaira Bhava with Deha Tadatmya, here Bhagavan is very subtly, very indicatingly, is scolding us by saying that such person is Pashu only. Pashu lives only at the Deha Sthiti level. He will not think at the emotional level, feel at the emotional level that as I am hurt, if I react, that person also gets hurt. At least let him be not hurt by my words. I am hurt anyway, let it end here only. That feeler is called as human being. Then unless I deserve, why will anybody hurt me? This is intellectual thinking. These two things. The emotional feeling, therefore not having Vaira Bhava. The intellectual understanding, therefore not having enmity or Vaira Bhava, is called Manushya Lakshana. If that is not there, then we are living at the Deha level, that is Pashu Lakshana. The Pashus fight for the Deha. देह के कारण जो भी भोजन वोजन चाहिए, वस्तु चाहिए, कोई जगह बैठने का चाहिए. यू कैन सी दोज कबूतर एंड ऑल. दूसरे कबूतरों को हमने आने नहीं देता हो. जंगल में एक शेर दूसरे शेर को आने नहीं देता. You can see how much they fight. They have buddhi. At the time of that food, though, those dogs, how they fight at the dustbin. How many times we have not seen? Krishna is reminding us that it is a Pashu buddhi to look at from the Deha standpoint and creating Vaira with others. So it's a very sublime, very exhaustive topic it is. So every Deha Sambandha Drushti don't have any Vaira Bhava. All relativities makes many of them are the Deha Drushti and all objectivities from the Deha standpoint only. Is it not? कुर्सी किसको चाहिए? कुर्सी दिमाग को थोड़ी चाहिए कुर्सी, वो तो शरीर को चाहिए. सोफा शरीर को चाहिए, मेरा थाली शरीर को चाहिए, मेरे ये सब चीजें, all that is body related only. Every वास्तविक जगत means वस्तु युक्त जगत is required for the Deha, not for the self inside, not for the Jiva inside. Remember, therefore, any objective thing we expect for us and others have taken it away from us, we fight for it. It is Pashu Buddhi. Therefore, do the other way thing. What is that? You are a Jiva, you want to do sadhana, you have no relation, no expectation, no need, demand of any gross thing. We ourselves, when we don't have demand or necessity of that, then we don't seek it. Then when others take away, we don't react. When you don't react, there's nobody like a Vaira for us. All property fightings, all the land fightings, they're all Deha Buddhya only. Negotiate karo, come out of it. Kabhi lot of money you may lose, but you have gained peace of mind. Can you buy peace of mind with any amount of money? Not. You can lose peace of mind and get any amount of money, but with all the money put together, you can't find your peace of mind. That is more priceless, valuable than the money. Be शांत. ज्यादा जंजल में नहीं फंसना, जंजाल में. That's why put it, live in minimum. That's the idea. कम से कम में हो, like Pandavas. They learn the art of living in minimum. Therefore, when they are sent to forest, it did not hurt them. So too the Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. They enjoyed when the palatial, luxurious things were there, but they were always in mind prepared to live in minimum. Therefore, when they are told to go to jungle, they went lived in a hut with all the kandamula phala sleeping on the ground. वह क्या है? मैं जब तैयार हूँ तो मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ. मैं स्वीकार किया तो मुझे किसी से एनिमिटी नहीं होगी कि किसी ने मेरा कुछ छीन लिया करके. In fact, Yati is such one. Forget about other chinna. You yourself give. Is it not? When you yourself give, people reciprocate it. The Lord is seeing, "Arey Baba, he is detached from the money and all, so he can be source of me to give him money to serve the world. He will make us more rich." There are all the other rules that start working for us. Divine rules, for which we were opaque till then, because we never matured in this way. We were never matured in this way. The more we hold on to matter, matter goes away, spirit goes away. The more we give of the matter comes to us, spirit comes to us. Spirit uses the matter for the sake of service only. It will not be bound by the matter. These are all the higher rules that happen in the universe. But ये different subject होगा फिर वो. We don't touch that much because we'll be misguided in a sense कि therefore to have this and that profit we do this. वो साधना नहीं होता. Sadhana is I don't want world because it is mithya, it is binding. I want only Paramatma. Therefore, this is the correct understanding, blemishless understanding, confusionless understanding. Okay. So the third line is Deham Uddishya Pashvat Vairam Kuryana Kenachitu. Clear? किसी से भी वैर भाव नहीं रखना देहादि दृष्टि से. It includes everything. काला रंग, गोरा रंग, लंबा या चौड़ा या उस देश का, इस देश का, या मेरे से ब्यूटीफुल है या हैंडसम है, वहां से लेकर के दे आर रिलेटेड ऑब्जेक्ट्स. योर वस्त्र आदि, आभूषण आदि, अलंकार आदि, योर स्कूटर कार आदि, योर ऑल हाउ डू से ईटेबल्स आर प्लेसेस टू स्टे, कुछ भी कहो, ये सब देह बुद्धि होंगे. वैरम न कुर्यात् केनचित्. देह बुद्धि. Others will have vairava. You can't help it. देखो some cases ऐसे होते हैं ना, सगे आपके relatives में you have matured because you are regularly coming to class. Definitely you have to mature even if you don't want. But this you try to practice, but others don't reciprocate. स्वामी जी आपने कहा मैं सब माफ करके क्षमा करके उनसे प्रेम से रहना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन वो लोग नहीं आ रहे हैं. They never came to class. No, they will be like that. मैं क्या करूँ फिर? चुप, अपना भगवान का नाम ले लो बस. इस जन्म में ऐसे. Maybe next life you may get some people who listen to you. Same is with me also. I'm waiting for the next life to come fast so that more people help me and we study Shastras. Why next life? In this life only they are going to come. If not you, somebody Lord will set. Enough of useless people around. I want useful now. Who are useful for this work? Work of spreading this Brahma Vidya, Shastra, Sanatana Dharma, Mukti Jnana. Wonderful class talks we are having. How many people should have listened at this time? I'm sending message. Not even one person puts even in your status. Only one Mataji nowadays. She is listening. She puts in her status my whatever our talks. Not any one of you. Kurtaghana. I'm telling it not for my sake. I know if not you, the Lord will send somebody. Just if you are sensitive, you respond to it. It is Lord's work. It's not my selfish work. I'm not doing it for me. I know it. But inside always there is there. If more people get benefit out of it, it will be good. More krutagnata to the Rishi Parampara. So Vairam na Kuryat is the sixth point. Fifth point. First is no Dvijanadhira. Second is Jadam na Udvijetu. Third Ativadantitiksheta. Fourth Namanikarajit. Fifth is Ashwad Vairam na Kuryat Dhyamudishya. Each of things are so essential for our sadhana. Clear? Now comes the one shloka ultimate Vedanta. What is that? Eka eva parohi atma. Everybody is a atma. In their atma, with what they identify as atma is the level from where they live. Therefore, there are people who are considering deha as atma, deha atma. Consider indriyas as atma, indriya atma, mana atma, buddhi atma, jiva atma. Many people consider the objects are they, therefore they are all vishaya atma. But they are all considered atmas, not real ones. Real is paraha, beyond all this. These all are atma, but with little inquiry, they are found to be anatma. What is the logic for finding it as anatma? You have heard about all what is it? Tattvasi Mahavakya Upadesha in Vyakya Vritti and other texts. Only one thing, drashta, drushya cannot be one. I am the drashta, atma is drashta. And everything seen, known by the atma is drushya. And drushya can never become drashta. So it's a drushya. The pot is drushya. I am the drashta. And I am never the pot. दृक दृश्य विवेक हमेशा अलग ही होता है. विवेक होते हैं जिसमें दृक एंड दृश्य आर डिफरेंट ओनली. Buffalo I see, I am not buffalo. Is it not? So too Deha I see, so I am not Deha. So Deha Atma is only at the level of non-thinking. Deha is an Atma. So at one level it is discovered with little logic. Deha is Drishya, I am Drashta. In this way, every Upadhi identifying with which at that level we are living as Atma will be discovered as Anatma with some inquiry. But there is one self deep inside which can never become Anatma because it can never be the object of perception or the object of knowledge. That is called a Para Atma. That Para Atma in every individual is not one per se or one person, it is Eka Eva. That is the principle here is spoken. Eka eva paraha atma. The Supreme Self is one without second. Behind all seeming individualities. Like the electricity is one without second behind all electrical equipments. But when electricity is expressing through those equipments, each expression is different. Is it not? Each of those media are different. No, bulb is not fan. But even in the bulb, 0 watt is there, 60 is there, 100 is there. अभी तो fluorescent 18 वाले 16 वाले आए 1000 भी होता है. The fan also slowly moving fan. There are terribly moving fans in the railway station and all. इतना शादियों में लगाते हैं फव्वारे वाले. And some other fans which are put in the aeroplanes and all. You know, those suck करते हैं ना, whatever the technology, I don't know. उसके सामने खड़े होता है बंदे को या अंदर वो खींच लेता है, उधर से वो पाउडर बनकर आता है. But all of that is one electricity, one energy. Expressions are so many, but thing is one. And why electricity is Atma? Because without electricity, none of them work. Electrical equipments. Here there is a fallacy is there. If they don't work with electricity, there can be an alternative energy, which is what the research continuously going on. This example is incomplete. Even this drawback also is not there in the self. That is alternative other than the self for the things to work or to exist. There is no other alternative that alone. That is why it's called a Para Atma. Is it not? No, earlier we had the rails, they were pulled by the coal, then the steam engine, now the electric is coming. Is it not? So to the cars, the petrol car, the diesel car, then the gas से चलने वाले आए हैं. अब कोई कहते हैं पानी से चलने वाला, अब पानी का भी लगातार कतार लगेगा अभी जहाँ देखो वहाँ. हवा से चलने वाले. Pratyamnaya energies, they are being discovered. They are all Atma for that. So, feel this sentence till you feel it, feel about it to feel it. that Eka Eva Paraha Atma. And this is only one sentence which is the essence of all Vedanta. This is only Mukti. Supreme Self is one without second, and that alone is everywhere, and I am that. Eka Eva Paro Atma. Itna Mahavakya daily karo, your all other sadhana included in this. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is what? The bondage may be infinitely big, seemingly, but the solution for liberation is so small. Is it not? So much air in the bubble, little पेयर से यू करो उसको, उसमें से आ जाता है, वो फ्री होती है. इसी तरह we may be bound from millions of lives for various things, but hold on to this one principle, एक एव परो आत्मा, you get liberated slowly. All these are apara atmas. There is para atma beyond all this, which can never become an atma, and that is eka eva. So this is what the entire study of Mandukya Upanishad we are seeing in the morning. Ekameva advyam brahma, nehananasti kinchana. And in that there is no duality created, only ajatavada. Oh, because of the avidya, there is a seeming spandana in the vijnana. From there only grahya grahaka, entire jagat is expressing. That's what the latest subtle topic we are studying. These next 15 days of ours, where we are studying our Mandukya Lata, is the ultimate study of Vedanta. बाकी सब भी उपनिषद आते हैं, सब repeating only. इससे बढ़कर और कुछ नहीं. Where the entire world is rejected as existing or born. Ajatavad. Parabrahma alone is there. So, Ekaya Paro Hyatma. Now, one thought I want to say, which we long back repeated, that one Atma only, by itself unconditioned, but because of some conditioning, which depends on that Atma only, that it is appearing in so many forms. स्थूल रूप में, सूक्ष्म रूप में, कारण रूप में, छोटे रूप में, बड़े रूप में, अलग अलग रंगों में, अलग अलग दृश्यों में, अलग अलग परसेप्शंस में. The self only is perceived objects with all its varieties. As self alone is appearing as the instruments, upadhis, with which the perception is happening. And those perceptions, after being perceived, the imprints that happen in the mind also same self, different condition. The ego also is same self, but with condition. What we are doing, condition को reality देकर conditional expression को हम real मान रहे हैं. But it is not real, it's going on changing. So that conflict in us, that we take it as real, therefore it should not change. But it is not real, therefore keeping on changing. That inevitable contradiction is leading to conflict, and we are suffering. What is Vedanta says is self, which is appearing all this, inherently has no change at all. You identify with that, you will not suffer all these changes. The choice is there every time for you. But we are not exercising the choice. What we are doing, we are attaching with the changeable and wanting them not to change. नहीं होगा वो. If you want changeless, you identify the changeless Brahma only. If you don't want to leave the changeful, but accept the changes. You understand this principle? If you want changeless, there's only one thing called a Brahma. Identify with him. No, I want to identify with this world, but mind you, world is not changeless, it is changeful. Then accept the changes. Somebody is a friend. You hold on to the friendliness in you, but don't expect the person to remain the same. He will change. Lord will give him also wisdom, him also viveka, him also vairagya. They will also have some higher goal. He will find a better person also than you. Do you think you are the only one are there in this world? And it is a crime also if you ask somebody to hold on to you, even when they find a better person than you. You should tell them, go make that person as friend, he'll be more useful to you. It's a crime if you really insist on persons. You grow to deserve. That's your choice. You grow, then better people come to you as your friends. And when we are becoming better, some people who depend on us, we also leave them. Is it not? होता है. It's not, now I am not interested in anyone who is not coming to my classes. I'm not interested. If they ask something, I'll tell that's okay. That is my way because I am concerned about those who are coming with me, traveling with me in study. We are a good group forming by the grace of the Lord to evolve together. How can I waste my energy for the somebody who's going on some other footpath? I'll be that obviously. No, I'm not the culprit for that. You have to accept it. If you don't want to come to the class, then go. It's not out of ego. This is, I have no ego. You have it. For not coming also, for feeling also. मैं क्या करूं? I'm on right path. I'm the work of the Lord, Guru Rishis. क्या doubt है क्या उसमें? If you are not living the changeful world, accept the changes. If you don't want to accept the change, you want changeless, changeless is only Brahma. Hold on to that. Don't try to make the changeful world as changeless. That is samsara. Body, it is changeful. If you want to live at the body level, accept the changes of body. You will become older. You will become diseased. You will become more age you want to live, more weak and dependent we become, and one day we die. You have to accept it. That's it. No, I don't want then accept the self which never becomes old or young, diseased or anything. See that how many meanings in this one line, Ekaya Parohyatma. Feel that. That's what I said. Ekaya Parahatma. At this very moment, if you are concentrating, if you have the concern, if we have that sensitivity, the sentiments, at this very level, you have to understand that beyond every name and form or individualities, there is one supreme self that is one without second. And our drishti should be from that standpoint. We have to vote for that only. Ekaiva parohyatma. Okay. Then bhuteshu atmani avastitaha. That para atma is avastitaha, fully established in bhuteshu, in all the beings who are seen by you, and atmani in yourself also. So there are 10 people, I am the 11th one. In each of them there is atma. In me also is atma. The atma in them and me is one. That vision should become stronger and stronger. So now the beauty is, see, from the Atma Drishti, we are never separate from each other. We can never be separated. From the Anatma Drishti, we are temporarily together. It can never last longer. See, all the departed people in your life whom you loved, they are inevitable to be departed at the gross level. But at the Atma level, you and I are always one. That vision I have to develop. And that vision works. There are 3 levels: Deha level, Jiva level, Paramatma level. At the Deha level, now that person got away from me, gone, died and gone. Maybe my brother or mother or father. Nahi. Jiva level, I can maintain some relation of praying for them and all. Atma level, if I see, they and me are one. I can never be separate from them. They can't be separate. That's what Krishna taught to Arjuna in the very first stroke. नत्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयम् अतः परम्. Those ultimate, first only gave the ultimate stroke. Look from the self standpoint, you can never be separate from each other. When you can't separate each other, how can there be somebody killer and others killed? Yeah? That is a vision. That's a true vision. That's a vision of the truth. That is to be developed. Then only we are safe. You don't like it, you don't like it, you don't lift your mind to that level, then you suffer at the lower level. इसमें कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होता. क्लर्क के लेवल में रहे ऑफिसर का दर्जा मिलना है तो हाउ विल इट कम? यू वर्क हार्ड एंड बिकम ऑफिसर एंड यू गेट ऑल दोस कंफर्ट्स. एक एव परः आत्मा भूतेषु एंड आत्मनि आल्सो अवस्थितः. This is the thing which we have to intellectually get convinced about and slowly reach to that experience in our identity. I am that. I am not that Deha Jiva, which are definitely different. When two things are different, always the issue of comparison, competition comes. It will never allow you to be peaceful. It will never allow you to be happy. There's no way. Your all wisdoms, all your technologies, all them are apart. Agar in technological growth, scientific growth, if it's a true growth, should not the world come together with all oneness? Is it happening? Instead of that, more technology and monetary statuses are going. More people are becoming self-centered and they are creating others as enemies. They should give us a common sense idea that it's not outer materialistic gain which can unite us. What can unite us is inner spiritual understanding. And that's the only thing. If you see the spiritual oneness, then the matter becomes immaterial. When the matter is immaterial, then there's no fighting. Deha buddhya pashvat vairam na kuryat. That's what said, no? Deha muddishya. That will be achieved. This one sentence, let us repeat 6 times. Eka eva paro hyatma भूतेषु आत्मनि अवस्थितः एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेषु आत्मन्यवस्थितः एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेषु आत्मनि अवस्थितः एक एव परो हि आत्मा भूतेषु आत्मनि अवस्थितः एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेषु आत्मनि अवस्थितः एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेषु आत्मनि अवस्थितः. This is Sadvastu. The one who teaches this, he alone is Sadguru. And that class where this is spoken, it is called as Satsanga. And that text which is telling about this is called as Satshastra. And the one who is trying to achieve this is called as Satnyasi or Sannyasi or Sadhaka or Satpurusha. Other than this, there is only difference in the gradation of bondage and misery, but everybody is bound and miserable. Is it not? They are all to click to us. Again, I am saying that Guru to whom we had little devotion, who brought us to this level of audition, will alone bless us to even understand these subtler things only when we tune to him more deeply. For that, we have to shy away with our ego, with our likes, dislikes, which is so tough for us. That is true. That's the test then. If that is not given up, then you'll only intellectually listening something, but transformation will not happen. The guts to transform ourselves, the determination to transform ourselves is a blessing of the Guru. If you not tune to the Guru, then you will become a intellectual, giant like elephantitis only. इतना मोटा पाँव है एलिफेंट में, क्या फायदा उससे, चलने ही नहीं देता हूँ. You only get information but no transformation. That's more painful. Is it not? I don't know anything, such a light life. I know many things, nobody listens to me, I'm not able to practice, is more painful than I don't know anything. That's why ignorance is bliss, they say. Your understanding, connection of all the thoughts, are you with me? Be careful. So, example is given. Yatha induhu udapatreshu bhutani eka atmakani cha. And this is the only thing you have to hold on to. That is the real study of Shastra. Yatha induhu udapatreshu. Okay? In all the vessels having water, there the Indu, which is Pratibimbita, has got only one Indu as Bimba, that is moon. So this again huge Vedanta. Yesterday we touched a lot. In the same way, Bhutani Eka Atmakani cha. All beings have one Atma only as Atma for all of them behind ultimately. Keep on intensifying yourself in the understanding and in the standpoint of one Atma. Understand behind everyone one Atma is there. Okay? Then intensify to look from that one Atma standpoint. How to do that? All the differences are in the Anatma, devalue them. So all your religions, castes, creeds, genders, nationalities, every one of them are from the Anatma Drishti. Don't value them. That is why from this side the sadhana is Samatva. For that you have to first of all be selfless and egoless. That's called Asangatva. That is why these three become main pillar sadhanas for the Adhyatmikata. One is Asangatva, second is Samatva, the third is Ekatva. If you don't detach from the world by being selfless, egoless, You cannot visualize the world in the equality drushti. If that is not exercised, then the oneness can never be experienced. So the other way, there was listening, the Prime Minister coming and all that. One big statue is inaugurated in Andhra. That was Samata Murti. Already 3-4 years back, a big Patel ji ka hai, so Ekata Murti. I was thinking one Shankara Bhagwan's Murti we should put, say that Asangata Murti. Adi Shankar Bhagwan ka बड़ा मूर्ति 518 फीट वाला लगाओ 540 108 into 5 असंगता मूर्ति because असंगो नहीं सज्जगते असंगोहम असंगोहम असंगो पुनः पुनः he spoke about Advaita Brahma only, in which there is no other thing other than it to get even attached. So the three murti in India, the Samata Murti, the Ekata Murti and the Asangata Murti, these are the three sadhanas. It starts with Asangata at the gross level. It goes through Samata and it culminates in Ekata. Because it's Ekata, there is no other thing than other than it. Therefore, it again becomes Asanga. Asanga with Samsara, Dvaita, Bandhanam, Dukkha. The Asanga sthiti is na nirodho, na chotpatti, na madho, na sadhaka sthiti of Mandukya Karika. So, promote karo Asangata Murti. Because in the future of the worlds, extreme attachments are again. Beyond this attachment, you can't have. Therefore, the only way next is Asangata only. Now, so it is happening. The parents are not Sangha with children, children not Sangha with parents, a wife is not Sangha with husband. They're all matter of fact children. Matter of some desire fulfillment, matter of some utility. There's no matter of emotion, matter of love. Kuch bhi nahi hai. That is Asangata only. In a way, it's very bad in Vyavahara, but very good for sadhana. व्यवहार का एक पराकाष्ठा से आ गया नीचे गिरने वाला अब नेक्स्ट साधना ही है साधना स्टार्ट्स एंड एंड्स विथ असंग ओनली इन द बिगिनिंग आई एम असंगा कॉन्शियसली because my attachments have troubled me at the end of it I am asanga because there's nothing other than me to get attached to. See bhutani ekatmakani cha. See the explanation. Listen this Bhagavat talks more and more. This 11th skanda फिर से सुनो सब लोग. मैं भी सुनूंगा या मैं बोलूंगा उसको और एक भाषा में. हिंदी में तो हो चुका था विस्तार से नहीं हुआ. Maybe I'll learn some Malayalam or Konkani or something, any foreign language and talk in that. Judoku, Judobu language. कौन से देश का है मुझे नहीं पता मुझे. See, each of shloka, when we are explaining, it's only 10%. No, add 90 more percent, how pregnant they are with the suggestiveness, with that meaning, with the highest indication, along with goal as well as means. That's the greatness of such shastras. Everything you take. We are reading Bhagavata, therefore we are understanding. Read other Purana, वो भी ऐसे ही होंगे. Bhagavan Vyasa, Bhagavan's avatar, who likes which Purana and who studies what, he just left it to us. But in every Purana, he filled up everything, like in Vedas. Who is interested in what Veda? I don't know, because in every Veda, therefore in every Veda, I'll put Upanishads. That's why in every Veda, there is a Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Jnana Kanda. Okay. This is what the highest philosophy to be again and again repeated. Eka eva paro hi atma bhuteshu atmani avastitaha yatha indu udapatreshu. Then, therefore, what is conclusion? Bhutani eka atmakani cha. Ye promote karo. Let everybody follow their own religion. But behind every individuality, even the one who propounded that religion, whoever he may be, behind him also the self is one only. The self in Adi Shankara who propounded Advaita, the self in the Ramanujacharya who propounded Vishishta Advaita, and the self in Madhvacharya who talked about Dvaita, and the self in other people who don't believe in Vedas, Vedanta, is not two. They are in their own way searching the truth only. They are also great Mahatma. They are also masters. They are the ones guiding those people who are there at that place. Lord will have to bless everyone. So he expresses there like that only. When you develop this Advaita Drushti, then you accept everything. Everything is glorious in this world. Every religion is great. Everybody is a master. At that level, Hinduism accepts. But at the grosser lower level, unnecessarily they hate and trouble us. That time, थोड़ा हमको भी थोड़ा respond react. उस level का उस level, उस level का उस level. You know, in Advaita, there's no other, so you need not fight with anyone. How come then Shankara Bhagavan traveled all over nation and 72 different opinions other than Advaita, he defeated them? Disaptati Matho Chetre Namaha. 72 variety of opinion other than Brahma, Advaita Vedanta, he rejected all of them. He proved logically with the Shastra. But he alone spoke about Shanmata Sthapanacharya Namaha. Karma Yoga he himself did. Bhakti, so many stotras he wrote. Ashtanga Yoga he himself was to go to Kailasa, to enter into Parakaya Pravesha. Going to Kailasa, entering Parakaya Pravesha, they are not Vedanta. They are all yoga. He spoke, he wrote about Kundalini Yoga. They are all not exposed by us. We have not studied them, but they are all there in Agadi Shankara's writings. Read those books like Prapancha Sara and all. Sarva Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, all of that if you read, he has spoken everything. But at the ultimate level, what is ultimate we have to prove? Because that's what he came as an avatar for. Therefore, he established it and went. Holding on to the ultimate, the other things are acceptable, keep on doing. That's why every Advaita does the upasanas. He is supposed to do the yoga because there are inevitable, essential things there. I am telling Bhutani Ekatmakani cha in this way. Sentence remains same. Its literal meaning is direct and imperative and indicative. But how it has to be understood, translated in our vision, this is what we are discussing a little bit. Bhutani Ekatmakani. Every being, let it be a rabbit, the self in rabbit is same. It's a chinti, the self in that is same. There is small beka mendak, उसमें भी वही परमात्मा है. The jiva in him has no ability, capacity at that time to express in the way we are expressing. Like in human beings also, is everybody fully matured to express in a matured manner? No. The way the gurus, masters express through the upadhi, we don't express like that, but their upadhis are matured. Ours are not so. So though both are human, but in expression we have distance like Jamin and Asman. So to other beings, but the self is all of them same. They may be the chara, jalacharas, they may be akashachara, they are bhuchara, जलचर भूचर खेचर they called. जहां भी है श्री राम है सब जग जाने. Interesting. This is what the vision which relieves us, relaxes. And the relief and relaxation which we develop with Ekatmavada will never come with another things. You can't. Ekatmavada. वो एक ही चीज है, वो अल्टीमेट रिलीफ देगा. तो एकात्म दृष्टि आत्मा के दृष्टि से एकता. व्यवहार दृष्टि में इट यू हैव टू सी. Like you are having a spiritual program. No, you have ekatma drushti, but in Vyavahara you can't be inviting all Nastikas who talk nonsense. When it is a proven Nastika against Hindus, they will not be called for program. It is an insult to the program and them. वो तो व्यवहारिक धर्म है, होता ही है. बट आत्म दृष्टि एक होना है. You know what happens in the world every day? मैं तो ज़्यादा जाता नहीं, जाऊँगा तो दिमाग पूरा भर जाएगा उससे. Therefore, I protect myself. Even that little also news about the world I don't want to learn after some days. Only in our own Tattva Chintanam Shastra. Now the mission of the life is decided. Shastra Adhyanam, Shastra Shravanam. Sunana sabko Shravanam. Bas itna hai. Ourself Shastrokta Tattva Chintanam Tadatmyam Nishtha. Clear? Now, alabdva, okay, Vedanta Vishay ho gaya. Now he says again some more instructions at the Vyavahara level for Yati Sannyasi and also for all of us. What is that? Alabdva na vishideta kale kale asanam kwachitu. Kwachit means sometimes kale kale in some places asanam alabdva. Sometimes you may not get bhiksha only. So don't enter into vishad. Don't suffer yourself. Don't feel yourself guilty or low. Don't blame the Lord. You didn't give me the food today. Don't blame all the 7 houses where you went for the food. They did not give you. They denied. That is a test for you that today. In the equal same way, labdva, Another day, you will get such a sumptuous food also. Labdva na hrushetu. Don't become harsha yukta and jump out of the skin to thank them as well as thank the Lord. Oh, you gave me so much food. Karke. That means you give value to the body, the individuality, to the people, the object that is given food. इतने द्वैत में आ गए तुम, इतने व्यवहार में फंस गए, then you have dropped yourself from the Advaita Atma Drishti, no? From the subtlety you fell down to the grass level. इसलिए लब्धाना हृष्येतु. Then what to do? Dhrutiman. You should have the dhairya. And what is the dhruti ka karana? Ki ubhayam daiva yantrita. Both are managed or sent to us by the Lord. One day not giving food, another day giving sumptuously. One example given here is about the ashanam or the food. That's the main thing for survival a sannyasi requires. There's only discussion. For him, only that. No other example required for him. But for you and I, variety of examples you can take. Somebody nobody loves you. Other day 10 people call you. Is it not? Somebody nobody helps. Other day 10 people are ready to help you. Some days कोई opportunity नहीं होता काम करने को. Other day 10. These children who go for as a representatives or the sales people. एक दिन तो उसको एक customer भी नहीं मिलता बेचारा. Other day suddenly 10 people welcome him and they get it. होता है कि नहीं? Some months are dry months. Other month is so much dynamic and all. It's like stock market. 500 पॉइंट गिर गया कहते निफ्टी. आई नेवर अंडरस्टैंड कौन गिरा, किधर से गिरा, कितना चोट लगा, मैंने समझ में आती नहीं. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एग्जांपल. हाउ मच यू अंडरस्टैंड आई डोंट नो. देन द मार्केट क्रैशेस. एवरीबॉडी दिल धड़कने लगता है. कुछ नहीं हुआ, बट मार्केट बिकॉज ऑफ द पैंडेमिक और एपिडेमिक ऑल फ्लाइट्स जहाँ पर सब बिजनेस ठप हो गया, इसलिए 600-700 वही हमेशा 600-500 आंकड़ा का गिरना होता है. 2 दिन के बाद टुडे यू सी स्टॉक मार्केट एवरीबॉडी हैप्पी बिकॉज 600 गेन्ड. हर्ष भयोद्वेगे मुक्तो हय सब च मे प्रियः. So important it is. You can't control the world's happenings of opposites. But always we can and we must control our reactions. That's called sadhana. Sadhana is adhyatmik. Adhyatmik means focus on myself. Focusing myself is to identify the changeless self. To identify the changeless self, I should see that the changes which are inevitable in the world should not change me. How to do that? Don't react. What is the non-reaction? That is what. Alabdva na vishideta, labdva na hrushetu. Then what is the logic we have to use all the time? Ubhayam daiva yantritam. Daiva is prarabdha. Daiva is Bhagavan's anugraha. Yantritam. I tell you one thing. Sometimes throughout life also, you may not even one person to sympathize with you. Be ready if that happens. In another life, you don't have time for your own self. Throughout life, there's somebody hanging around you. It depends on your prarabdha. And remember, my earlier Purushartha yesterday brought this prarabdha to me today. Now, in tomorrow, what prarabdha you want, you do what is required for you for your Purushartha. As your Purushartha. Be clear about it. वो हमेशा आपके हाथ में opportunity है. Like the same example. Tomorrow, after 4 years, you want lot of people around you. Then you do your Purushartha of developing the loving ability, the contacting techniques, being selfless, do service to them. Hundreds of people around you if you want that result. That prarabdha you can change by changing your Purushartha in the present. There are always opportunities there. When you really work hard, earn and give people the needy, they all will appreciate. That's what you see in the world, no? We never did in the past. We were so selfish. Therefore, nobody is around us today. कोई भी रहता नहीं चारों तरफ, कोई आप selfish है तो. If I am today, nobody with around me means I was selfish in the past. That was the cause. No, this is the effect. Now change the cause. Be selfless in your heart, purely. Every moment spent in service of the world, then the people will be there around you. If you want that. But you and I need not be again bound. We are only toward the self, the Lord. For that we do our sadhana and prachar. In the prachar, whoever comes and wants to get benefited, welcome. Our path is straight. We are very clear about it. We don't want people who are not seekers. We can't waste our time for that. Genuinely, those who want to study Shastra, welcome. You respect the Guru Parampara, welcome. Shastra Parampara, welcome. No, we'll go. If you come with all good attitudes, there is a welfare for you here. Come. If you're not there, then farewell to you. Just go away. No obligations there. This is how we are clear about. But in general, you have always choice of your Purushartha to get your Prarabdha in future. Just like the yesterday's Purushartha led to today's Prarabdha. That is called as Daiva Yantritam. And it goes on. Knowingly or unknowingly, something or other keep on doing as ego, and we get the result. A consciously evolving person knows what he wants and does only that. And highly evolved person wants nothing other than Paramatma. Therefore, he gives up doing everything. He's called sannyasi. There is no kartrutva in him. There is no karma. There is no karma phala. There is no bhoktrutva. There is no bondage to him. He's only in his own self. It is ultimate. But for that, you have to. It should click to me first of all. That will happen only from some lives I spend my time with the gurus, the master, the shastras, the satsanga. Then slowly, the beautiful amrita of Paramatma Tattva enters in me and removes the visha of worldliness. तब जाकर कन्विक्शन होगा जिस बात का हम अभी कह रहे थे. हो गया. Then aharartam samiyata. All these shlokas talk about some more sadhanas. Tomorrow we'll see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. बाबा मैं कह रहा हूँ ये थोड़ा लोगों को भेजो, उनको कहो आके सुने, स्काइप में हो या यूट्यूब में लाइव. Do something. Find all your means. I'll give you money if any money is required. But do something. Thoda jagrut ho jao. Find some techniques. So we inform 1,000 people, 10 people will listen. That's how today's world of publicity. And why we should do all? Because it's Bhagavan's karma, Bhagavan's sadhana. Even trying that also is our seva to him. If somebody had not tried it, it would have not come up to us, no? The information about these things. So that reciprocation also helps in our sadhana. See to it, whoever. Put it in your status. Help in forwarding to the people. जिनको कब क्या click करेगा क्या बता? Is it not? That's all. Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om all. Let us only study our Shastras and be clear in our Sadhya Sadhana. Thank you. And in the coming world,